Yo, what's going on? Winning Formula time from the TCO Studios and Vikings Entertainment Network. Paul Allen, Ben Leber, Gabe Henderson. Border battle. Minnesota Vikings trying to win 2 consecutive games off that thriller at SoFi, where we were given high fives after a victory over the Chargers. Let's begin with Ben Leber here. And Harrison Smith and Patrick Peterson, a couple of studs, are returning for the Packers game. What do we do with Cam Bynum? All he does is sack quarterbacks and pick off quarterbacks, and he's phenomenal. What do we do?
Yeah, all he does is just make plays, right? And now they're saying that he's one of the highest rated safeties in the league in these last couple of starts. Look, I think that you have to find a way to use him. I know that they've used 3 safeties in the past, the last couple of games. I think that you could do one of 2 things, okay? You could either use Harrison in place of Nick Vigil. You're going to see a lot of 11 and 10 personnel. I could see Harrison in the box as sort of this big safety, little linebacker. He's probably bigger than Vigil. And then you keep Bynum there in the safety spot.
Why you got to be like that with Vigil? His pass coverage is fantastic.
I know, but it's Harrison Smith.
That's a good point.
It's Harrison Smith. So I could see that scenario. I could also see a scenario where if they want to use Xavier Woods in the nickel, which he played when he was a rookie, that could be an issue too. If Mackenzie Alexander, maybe you can find a spot for him. Maybe he's the one that gets sacrificed at times. But it's just a different look, but it's a different way to get Cam Bynum on the field.
Do you have something to amplify this, Gabe? Because as you've just learned, and I've known it for years, that with these Pro Football Focus ratings and everything, I mean, if Ben didn't have those, then he wouldn't have a take on Cam Bynum. So do you have anything to add to it?
Yeah.
Yes.
You always hear in the offseason that the coaches always say, we want our guys to make it hard for us to make a decision. Well, Cam Bynum is doing that. And I feel like this kind of is playing itself out for Cam Bynum to get more opportunities. Speaking of that Dallas Cowboys game where he got some reps, we saw Harrison Smith blitzing off of the edge. We still have Mackenzie Alexander in some of those plays, but still, I like the point that you just said of having Harrison Smith in the box, maybe blitzing, maybe not. We know Aaron Rodgers says he's the smartest player that he's ever played in his career. So why not keep all 3 safeties on the field and have Harrison Smith, just his job is just to confuse Aaron Rodgers all game.
You're not going to put me in one of those nasty headlocks after this because I was joking around, right?
No, just a straight jab.
Okay, no, please don't, because you're stronger
No
than
grabbing, just straight punches.
No, grabbing's a winning formula. Punching is not a winning formula. Gabe, Green Bay's defense, top 3 in some legitimate defensive categories without Jair Alexander, stud corner, and Zadarius Smith, their best pass rusher. So how do we penetrate this?
I think you got to get the ball going on the ground early. And if you don't get the run going early, you got to use Dalvin out in space. Look at 2020 last year at Lambeau Field. Dalvin Cook, 3 catches, 63 yards and a touchdown, 50-yarder that he just cribbed. It was an amazing play. But you look at Dalvin, 226 total yards last year. That's the most yards that anybody has had on this Green Bay Packers defense since 2010. He is their Achilles heel, and if you don't get him going early, they're not going to give up many shots down the field. So I don't think you force the ball by trying to take some shots. They've only given up 23 explosives, fourth best in the NFL. So get the ball going early, get some yards after contact, and make plays when you can make them in space.
And Nacho, off what Gabe said, the Packers defense with a lot of the passing metrics have them in the top 3, but they're giving up 4.6 yards per run. That's bottom 5 in the NFL. And like Gabe said, Dalvin has dominated them like he will Sunday. What's his PFF rating?
That I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
So, going off to what you just asked, I do think, just like Gabe was saying, I think that we have to attack the ground, but you have to watch out for a guy like Kenny Clark, who PA, I know that you have a love affair with. So you have to watch out for him at the nose tackle position, especially when he's lined up right over the center. I don't think this is a game where we go right downhill in the A-gaps. You can test it, but I think you're going to have more success off tackle in the perimeter. The other thing is, their safeties playing outstanding football. Not from PFF standards, just from my own film watching.
Adrian Amos, though.
I think that we can challenge these guys with a lot of 3-by-1 formations, get multiple guys going vertical, test those 2 high safeties, and there's even opportunity on the backside with the one-on-ones. So there are some holes to this defense, but first and foremost, test that run game on the outside.
Love it. Prediction time. Can't remember exactly how we did last week. I thought the Vikings would beat the Chargers, and that's not Homer 9 to noon KFAN guy. It was an ascension to the mean take in that the Vikings were not a 3-6 squad. I think I cursed and we had to redo it, but that's okay. I won't curse this week. So what are the predictions? Let's begin with Gabe.
Well, I think last week I had Dalvin for 200, something along those lines. He had about 106 yards less than that, but he still had a big game. This week, I'm saying Dalvin has a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. The last time the Vikings, the only 2 times the Vikings have beat the Packers since Dalvin has been here, he's had one of both.
Okay.
I think Dalvin has that again. I'm not going to say 200 yards, but I think a touchdown both in the air and through the ground.
Nacho?
You know, part of the ways that some of the offenses have taken advantage of this Packers defense is by having their quarterbacks run and scramble. And I think this is a game in which Kirk Cousins, all right, we've been talking about it for most of his career here. He's going to have to be a better runner and more decisive runner and scrambler when it calls for it.
Yeah.
He's going to have to climb the pocket when he feels the pocket collapse, not drift backwards and not hold on to the ball. He's going to have to be decisive running the ball. I think my prediction is Kirk Cousins will run for at least 3 first downs in this game. Now, he's not going to break He's not going to break his career long of 29 yards in this game. But he will move the chains at least 3 times, and that is going to mess with their pass drops as much as it's going to mess with your beautiful hair.
Don't you like when Eric Hendricks does something good and his helmet comes off and he does this with his hair? Got a nice big smile. Eric Hendricks, who has better hair than me. I'm going to do Eric Hendricks right now.
Yeah, but he does the flip. He kind of flips it back.
We're going to put Eric Hendricks in the end zone on a pick 6. He's going to pick off Aaron Rodgers and get into the end zone and then do his hair like this. And we're going to win 2 in a row. And we're going to beat those dang Packers. For Gabe and Ben, I'm Paul. If we don't see you next week, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching The Winning Formula at Vikings.com.